Hi you guys, this is Amani and I really wanted to do a tutorial on the Red Heart Singer sewing machine because there are none in English. So here is for everyone who needs that, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So here is the knitting machine. What you're going to do is, and what you're going to need is your yarn, and I'm using multicolor yarn because it's much easier to learn with. The yarn that comes with it is a fuzzy yarn, and you don't want to learn with the fuzzy yarn because you can't see what you're doing. So what you're going to do is, I'm just cutting it so that it'll be on a fresh, not fuzzed up with piece. And I'm going to put it through there, and I'm going to put it through here, and I'm just going to move this over a bit so I can get in here. Now, the hardest part to learn is how to thread it on. So then you're going to take this and put it through the middle and just drop it in the middle. And it really doesn't need to be that long because this part is going to be locked together. It's not going to undo itself. So what you're going to do is, this is in the middle, and then the next thing I do is I pull like some out. So there's this piece going through the middle, and then I have this piece here, like a loop sort of here, so that I can begin. So you're cranking away from yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under the first one, have it on this side. You're going to go, and this is tricky for me to even do. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under the first one, and then you're going to take the loop and go, make sure that you don't get that one. So you're going to go over the second one. Oh, didn't catch that one. So go under the first one. See, that one's under, so then take this off. And it's pretty tricky to get, but we'll get it. So under the first one, over the second one, under. Make sure you don't get this one here. Under that one. Don't get this one here. Under that one. Don't get this one here. And this is just starting it. Don't get this one here. And you want to make sure that your yarn is loose and ready to go. And it says in the instructions, which suck, it says in the instructions to make sure that there are 5 feet of yarn ready to go, and that's probably the only thing in the instructions that is understandable. And you went under, over, under, over. And I don't even use the crank, I use my fingers. It's faster that way, and you'll see that in a second. Over, under, and I hope you guys can see this. Over, under, this is over, under, over, and now we're back to under. So that was the hardest part. See what we have done here? Is it even viewable? There. And now what I do is I just crank. So you're supposed to crank away from yourself like this. And you can totally use the crank. That's fine. I don't. So what I do is just use my finger. So I just push it like so with my hands, and then you can get a much faster product that way, and then you don't mess up as much. With this Singer sewing machine, the crank it sucks. The crank sucks. Well, at least my crank sucked, because it's the crank makes this sound that makes you think you're doing something wrong, like a cracking, popping like sound. And it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, but you're not. It's just this is plastic. More expensive ones are metal and they're better made. This crank is not attached very well, and it goes, there's another crank on the inside of here, and they're skipping each other. So this crank is going and it's flicking across it. It's not catching it and actually making the wheel go around. So then it pops and it damages your machine over time. So what I've done to save time and hassle and stress is just crank with my finger, because you'll never hear that sound, that popping sound, because you're actually cranking it. And I just take my finger on one of the things, and I pretty much start in the center, and then I just push it. And my machine isn't stressed this way. This is how I've made a ton of scarves, and as you can see, we've got some progress, and that is just going to keep happening until it gets to the length that you want it, and it'll get pretty long. So I'm not going to record anymore. I'll probably make another video of taking it off. But using the multicolor fabric, I'll try to show you. The lighting isn't the best. Using the multicolor fabric allows you to see what's going on better. You can see the colors. Like right now I'm on orange, and you can see where the orange thread is. Which shouldn't happen and is really tragic, if one of your loops falls off and it's not a multicolor fabric. Like I can see, like this loop is white, so I'm not gonna look for a green one to put back on here, and then it's gonna mess everything up. You'd look for a white one. If it's all green or it's all white, it's gonna be pretty difficult. So with this machine, I have created some really nice scarves. This scarf pattern is gonna make something like this, which is really nice. This is the first one I've made, and I tightened it. I went to the ends and tightened it like so. So that's what that looks like, and you can wear it like this. This is actually, I think, the longest one that I have. You can wear it in 2 like this, or loosen that one up, or if it's really, really cold, you can wear it in 3, which also looks pretty awesome. The arrow says so. Look at it. I have another multicolor scarf. This one is kind of toned down a bit more, and I made it with the Addy, and I dropped a stitch and picked up the wrong one, and look what happened. Yeah, so actually my sister dropped a stitch. She really wanted to participate and picked up the wrong one, and this is what happens when you pick up the wrong one. It skips it and just makes a big mess, but it recovers, so that's good. But yeah, try not to drop stitches. And it's not even just like it falling off. It didn't. If you crank in the wrong direction, so let's say you stop, take a break, and then you actually crank in the wrong direction and then try to crank back over it, that's how this happens. So that's why I use my finger a lot of the time, because I always know I'm going towards the needles. So this is what yarn comes with the machine, and this yarn looks really nice, like really nice when you stitch something with it. So I'll probably buy more of these. Right now I have a lot of the multicolor fabrics and they stretch, and they're like really little bundles, and this is what they can make. So the purple one and the pink one that come with the machine look really nice. Really, really nice. So I'm gonna experiment with this machine more. If you guys like this video, be sure to comment on it and tell me that you like it, and I can make another video about how to take the finished product off of the machine and seal it so that it doesn't unravel completely. And this is what the back looks like, and soon your tube will go through here and just spin on itself, and it'll get pretty long. So chat with you guys later. I hope you like this video. Bye!